Ho ho, me hearties, a very, very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McCLUE. It's Saturday night, nothing gets past me, you know, and it's 9 o'clock sharp. And I thought we'd all better to get together. There's lots and lots to tell you, of course. Very, very important. And so lovely to have you with us. Frank says, good evening, Scottie. Good evening, Frank. Well done for getting here. It's not for the faint-hearted these days, Frank. I can tell you. So there we are. Mark's joining us. Alfie's joining us. Bronwyn's joining us. Hi, Scottie, says Matthew. Hiya. Wee Ali joined. Carbolic's joined us. Wally joined us. Ratcatcher. How amazing. Dinky-Doo, Ratcatcher. Thank you very much. Ratcatcher, you've got the #2 gifter badge. So you are doing very, very well, I tell you. How's things with you, Frank? Have you had a good week? I think we should be told. I think it's very, very important. Très important. And Dinky-Doo, Scottie, Dinky-Doo, Robbie, lovely to have you with us. Welcome, welcome. I say, what a week it's been for McCLUE, guys. Big change all round. And I've sent you out. Do you remember we had some silly people last week saying that they didn't believe the figures? Well, they're there for you. 14 million of you have looked at Scottie McCLUE's YouTube channel. And you'll see there's changes there. There's Susan saying, good evening, Susan. How lovely to have you with us. Susan says, good evening, Scottie. And I think that's very, very important. Can you really beat Scottie McCLUE on a Saturday night? Robbie, of course not. I watched a bit of telly today. Well, I didn't actually watch any telly. I flicked through about 200 channels and there was nothing I wanted to see on the telly. And I thought, no wonder McCLUE is so popular, because it's real people having a chit-chat. You can't beat that. Okay, Scottie, we're okay, Frank. Let us know how you are. I was at the Morton game today. Mon the Ton. Mason, Mon the Ton. We love it. We love the Ton. Guys, can you hear me and see me all right? Frank, how's the sound? Susan, come on. I trust you. Lithium, you don't have to sign your post. We know what you are. So there you have it. Are you from Greenock? Basil, of course. Mon the Ton. All the top people are from Greenock. I tell you, Dinky-Doo. Yay. Do you like cheese? I don't like cheese, no. I love cheese. Guys, get following as soon as you possibly can and check out the new YouTube channels. 2 of them now. We've merged. We've morphed. So there's 2 of them. Go up to the TikTok bio and you'll see the channels. Go on and subscribe big time. 14 million people have. Scottie, have you educated yourself? Oh, Pete, educated myself. I've got education coming out of my ears. Far more importantly, everybody knows how educated I am. What about yourself? Have you learned lots from watching Scottie McCLUE? You will do. Lyle says, I failed my exams. Lyle, there's no such thing as fail. You didn't get them this time. We've got another sitting. We've got night school. We've got all that. It's loud and clear, Scottie. Susan, thank goodness, I say. Scottie, how'd you calculate you've got 2 billion fans? Matthew, you take 40 years of broadcasting, you look at all the television stations, you look at 35 radio stations, and then you add up all the various channels on social media as well, and it comes to 2 billion. But only 14 million have watched the particular YouTube channel that I'm on at the moment, as well as on TikTok. So there you have it. Yeah, sound and vision, 100%. Fantastic, Frank. Thank you very much about that. Scottie, you know people can listen multiple times. Listen, you can make any kinds of excuses under the sun, but you will never, ever, 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 ever take the gloss off the facts that all these people are watching and listening. Jack signed his post as well. Right, Jack? You don't need to call yourself that, but we now know what you are. Scottie, my boy, Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo D. How lovely to have you with us, and a very, very warm welcome. Now, guys, I've not got any phones yet. You know that the telephone provider closed down, and I don't know if they've taken the number. So there we are. Graham says I was number 62, Dinky-Doo, Scottie. So there we are. Fantastic. Bonanza. Remember that one? I'm from Catalonia. It's too cold in Scotland. We love Catalonia. Foujo doos for Aberdeen as usual, mate. Do you like cheesecake? Yes, I do. A very good evening, sir, from Mr. 50. Fantastic. Lovely to have you with us, Mr. 50. Guys, get up and get subscribing to the YouTube channels. Add them to your favourites. Very, very important. Get following, get sharing all the videos, and you'll see the one with the 14 million on YouTube sitting there. There we are, Dinky-Doo. Scottie, my friend, just told me about your radio show. Amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Dinky-Doo, says Tyler. No got a job yet. Well, listen, you'll get something. Keep going. You're smashing it. We are, Caitlin. We're absolutely smashing it. And the Doubting Thomases will just have to do one. Hi from South Africa. I hope you're good. South, are you having a braai tonight in South Africa? Scottie, you're brilliant. Alex, how lovely to hear from you, and a massive Dinky-Doo. TikTok Stop Talk Show. Rico's in the house. About time too, Rico. You were very cheeky last week. Naughty boy. There we go. Can I get a shout out for Jaden? Yes, you can. Big shout out for Jaden. You're preaching to the converted, says Carbolic. Yes, I'm pushing at an open door. But also, we did actually get one or two. So there we are. Jack saying not to strike his ego, guys, so don't do that. Hello from Maine in the USA, says Eric. Can you look at the camera? Well, you see, I'm actually looking at two cameras. So it depends which one you're on. I'm looking right at you this second. Is that correct? Let me see if I can even raise it. So it looks like you're seeing me all the time. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Okay, guys, the two cameras are very, very close to each other. There we are. Does that look a lot better from your point of view? Guys, does it look as if I'm looking at you when I'm talking to you like this? There we are. Good evening, Mr. McClue from a wet Derbyshire. Love your YouTube channel and talk radio. Very interesting content. Dinky-Doo, Mr. McClue. Much respect and prayers. God bless everyone. Absolutely. God bless everyone, I tell you. We're 54,500. So there you go, in terms of subscribers. Scottie, have you read Nicola Sturgeon's book? That's a little luxury I've been denied up until now. But who knows? There you are. We shall have to wait and see. There we go. What time do you go to bed, says Tyler? I'll go to bed, but not now during the show. I'll wait till after 9. I've never had UK fish and chips with vinegar. I feel cheated. Barry, I tend not to take the vinegar with the fish and chips. And in Edinburgh, it's sauce. They don't do salt and vinegar. Well, maybe they do it, if you ask, there's a request. I tell you, how do you do from a Drich? Cal Games, how did it go, Crawford? So there we are. How's things been, Scottie? Not seen you for a while. Well, we've been here. Get following, guys. Dinky-Doo. Now, who have we got here? Hello, Scottie, from James and all the boys in Dunbeg. We love Dunbeg. My grandmother lived in Dunstaffnage. Fantastic. So what have we got? Jay, I don't know. I wouldn't comment on anything like that. Jay's asking about something that's been on social media. I don't bother with that, I tell you. Thank you, Rico. Rico, you're not a doubting Thomas, are you? There we are. Guys, am I looking at you when I'm looking like this? Is that okay? I tell you. Don't be afraid to pass comment on current affairs. No, I'm not, Jay. It's just that you'll get your current affairs absolutely anywhere. We like to talk about you and me and people that we're interested in. So there you are. I mean, you can switch on any telly, radio programme. Now we've got the Prime Minister. This is what's happening to you next. The bills are going up. All that stuff to scare the life out of you. But come on to Scottie McClue, have a wee bit of chit-chat, won't do you any harm at all, I say to you. So there we have it. Now, I'm just wondering if I can get the camera down a little bit, if that would help. I don't know. It's a thought. I tell you, it's an absolute thought. So, guys, big change on the YouTube. We're down to 2 channels. I took the movie channel off because it's done its stuff. Everybody's seen all the movies, and it was starting to tail off, so I thought, right, we can do without that, and we'll just have Scottie McClue and Scottie McClue Health. So there you are. So if you've got any health challenges, get yourselves on to Scottie McClue Health, and you'll get it on the TikTok bio, guys. I understand, sir, no problem. No, Jay, that's the stuff there is no problem. As you know, I could talk current affairs, I could talk government level, I could talk the whole lot, everything. But I think it's important that we have a show for 1 hour per week where we talk about the people that matter. Because how interested do you feel officialdom is in you these days? All right, that's why it's changed. I mean, all the stuff Scottie McClue was doing 30 years ago, it's happening officially now. They're doing it officially. So there you are. So that's why we've adjusted to suit the new times. Yes, we're suiting the times, Jay. Do you like that? I think it's important to suit the times. I'm just going to check what I've got here and see if we can even get you a wee bit more light, just in case you want it. Now, you might not want it, so it's not a problem. But I suddenly thought, well, why not, since it's here? And you think the microphone's nice and clear for you? Not a problem. Beautiful microphone. There we are. A present from a well-wisher, of which we are getting plenty. Right. Tell me if you think this helps or hinders. Right? Is that any better, or are you not too bothered? That's what we're talking about. Mr. McClue, I went on holiday once to Ayrshire a few years ago. I really loved my time in Scotland, very welcoming. I'd love to try an Arbroath smoky one day. Now, guys, anybody from Arbroath watching? Is Jeannie coming out? No, she's not coming out. She's at Arbroath. She's at Arbroath. Can you tell me, can you still get an Arbroath smoky in a piece of paper or newspaper and eat it just kind of like that? Out your horn. You know, do tell us. I tell you, look at the size of the muscles on McClue, for goodness sake. I tell you. You're a Jimmy Shand man. Oh, Jimmy Shand man. I'm Jimmy Shand's biggest fan. I tell you, loved Sir James, beautiful man as well. I'm from Arbroath. I live in the Red Line Caravan Park. Rico, tell us about the smokies. Can you just go and get one from the smoke shed? Or do you have to buy them at the shops? Or what's the score? What actually does one have to do to get an Arbroath smoky? How's the camera looking, guys? Is that better? Are you getting a better setup there? Okay. Is that all right for you? Am I looking at the camera now when I look at you? Is that quite good? There we are. Hi, Scottie. Hi, Sol. How lovely to have you with us. The Bluebell Polka. Absolutely, Jay. I think it made #1 in the charts. But somebody told me that Jimmy didn't actually appear on, well, was Top of the Pops going at the time? I don't know. I say to you. Now, how's everybody doing in Dunbed tonight? Come home, aha. Anybody watching in Oban? Scottie. Yes, Albert, yes. Oh, most definitely. Oh, absolutely, yes. Do I think we are not in, do I still think we're not in the end time? Do you mean we're in the last days of the world? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, to be honest with you, Saul. But it's something we could discuss. I haven't managed to replace my phones yet, and I think it might involve changing the number, but we will get there. Guys, how would you like a pop-up show during the week? Opinion on James Joyce, Eric. That's a very huge question, I tell you. Yes, the author of Ulysses. Do you know who William Joyce was? I tell you, he liked his motorbikes to Jimmy Shand. Gee, I'll tell you a lovely story about Jimmy Shand. In the 1920s, when he was just a young lad, he'd got a motorbike, because that's what young lads saved up to get, a motorbike. Freedom, you see. The Fife Roads, East Reims and all that. Now, Jimmy started off doing the mine. He was a miner. Anyway, he found out that all his pals were busy on a Saturday morning. And he said, what is it you're all doing? And they said, we're decoking our bike. Yeah? Decoking our bike. So Jimmy thought he would have a go at decoking his bike. So he took the cylinder head off, cylinder head removed, and got his soft copper scraper, it probably was, took the carbon off, the crown of the piston, and round about, and then put his gasket back, tightened the cylinder head up, started the bike up, and it went bang! And the engine blew up. That was the end of that. So Jimmy took from that experience that if it's running, leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's what a top chairman once said about Scottie McClue in a very high-level media meeting. This guy, who was the programmer, said, right, that's us covered all these programs. Now, what about Scottie at night? Do we want to do anything with him? And the chairman, the big boss, said, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Leave Scottie alone. Fantastic. There's a lockdown coming in September to November. Operation Pegasus. Is that right, Saul, or is that just sort of conspiracy theorist chat? So there we are. You think we're heading for another lockdown? We'll see. Now, what have we got here? I fair enjoyed the Shand story. Did you like that one, Jayla? I've got a million Jimmy Shand stories, but he was just wonderful. And he always liked to win. We like to win our own beds. That was Jimmy. He was soft-spoken. And they were all in a big car he had. I don't know what it was, some huge big, maybe a Humber Super Snipe or something like that. And the whole band was in it. And Jimmy was driving. And he was going at a fair lick on the country roads. And then he said to the whole band in the back of the car, he went, hang on, lads. I dinna think I'm going to make the bend. And they didn't. They took off into fields. But they were all right. You know, they were okay. They were okay. And they got back on the road. He also had a little minibus that they toured in, Jimmy Shand and his band. Fantastic stuff, I tell you. A fantastic talent. Oh, Jay, he was a fantastic. He's, as I say, boyhood hero. When you put the radio on in Scotland when I was a wee one, Saturday night was Scottish dance music in the 1960s, and it was mainly Jimmy Shand. There we fantastic. Now, we'll see what we've got, Saul. I tell you, let's not frighten everyone, because it's a big thing to try and frighten people at the moment, Saul. That's what's happening, I tell you. Who else have we got here? Come on, guys. Fit like Fraser Brand Aberdeen. Graham, are you in the broch? There we are. Do you reply to your messages, says Caitlin? I do, Caitlin, yes, absolutely. I remember listening to you on the radio in the 90s. I tell you. Scottie, no clue boring. Well, no, you will be bored if you're not up to watching and you're not understanding. There's no doubt about it. That can happen. What's your favourite rum? Well, I don't drink alcohol now. And I can't mention a proprietary brand. But I used to enjoy a small rum neat. You know, very, very, very nice. Let's dump this guy called Andy from Ireland, guys. Can we all say cheerio to Andy? Thanks, Andy. Very kind of you. Bye-bye, Andy. Bye-bye, son. There he goes. He's away. I honestly thought you were dead, says Riddick. Well, honestly, I did check before I came on, and I was fine. So I don't think so. I don't know who's told you that, but I am coming up 70. So just so that you know, the White Heather Club. Well, you see, Jimmy composed the 622 step, and that was the theme tune to the White Heather Club. What's your favourite whiskey, Scottie, says Rico. Well, it depends, Rico. I used to have many favourites, but I split them into, did I want a West Coast or an East Coast? Do I want it smoky and peaty and salty and dark and warm? Or do I want it clean and sharp from the Spey? You see? And the old whiskey trail up there. There used to be a shop, Rico. I won't say which town, but there was a shop, the malt whiskey shop. And the guy really knew his stuff. And there was an American in one day. And he was showing him all the different whiskies. And the American said to him, is there a whiskey between that whiskey and that whiskey? And the guy goes, there are 36 whiskies between that whiskey and that whiskey. Would you like me to name them all for you? No, I guess I'm good. No problems. There you go. I thought that was brilliant. And I can remember being in a pub one night and I found out I was in England and it was a malt whiskey pub. And I actually said to the landlord, I can tell you every one of these whiskies without knowing. But I would just know. And he went, that's a pretty big claim. I said, well, you try me. Anyway, it was all these Yorkshire farmers and everyday roundabout, you see. And I would take them. Now, you don't drink it, you smell it. You use your nose. Hiya, Scottie, it's Becky from Liverpool. I haven't seen you in a minute. What did you have for tea? Tonight, Becky, I had boiled eggs. What about that? I had two boiled eggs for my tea. Wolfie, Dad, thank you for my red roses. You are so very, very kind. What a lovely, lovely, lovely thing to do. So there we go. Now, what else have we got? Guys, does the Saturday night suit everybody? Or would you rather another night? Would you like a show during the day? You know, when's the best time for you to have a live from Scottie McCLUE? I tell you, there we go. That's what it's all about. So the whiskies, the West Coast, very nice. Islay, Jura, all that kind of idea. Islay malts. I won't go naming them all. I wouldn't be so base. Or up, of course, to the Spey size, the music of the Spey. Beautiful. Great for the Scottish fiddle, the violin, the bagpipe, 2/4 marches like Faro or Stray, you know. Dee-da-dum, dee-dee-dee-dee-um, dee-da-dee-dee, dee-da-dee-dee-um. You know, that stuff. Beautiful. Scottie, are you ready for independence, lad? I am. And what's more interesting, Scotland is ready for independence. Hip hop, absolutely. I knew an orthopedic surgeon that did hips, and he would put on music that was hip hop. Scottie, no clue, says Andy. Shall we say bye-bye to Andy, guys? Lifetime ban? Yes, we so, doesn't he get it? There we go. Cowden Beath, how old are you? We're coming up 70. You shouldn't eat paper, you certainly shouldn't. Did you enjoy the movie Braveheart? Yes, I did. I enjoyed bits of it. Lanarkshire 107, Dinky-Doo, Dave the Rave. Absolutely, what a fabulous station. But we did, of course, have a very serious stewardship problem. Hi, Scottie. Dinky-Doo. Get them in the fish place. Fish place. Scottie, we need more power from the engine room. Give it all you can. Ding, 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 ding. More steam, McCLUE. There we go. Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Yes, I saw that. Hi from Cumbernauld. Global warming has become the norm. Lord Haw-Haw. Yes, Carbolic, that's it. I loved your radio shows as I grew up, says Glenn. Dinky-Doo, Glenn. Hi from the Scottish Fire Service. Thank you. And thank you for everything you guys do at the Scottish Fire Service. You should do, my friend. Well, we're going back on the radio, but I won't mention it because they don't like it. Take the Floor's not the same. Used to be fantastic, that, with Robbie Shepherd. Hi, Scottie from Spain. So there you go. Guys, see when the main presenter retires, gives up, or passes away on a television or radio show, do you think they should retire the show, or do you think they should find somebody else? Bring back the Lovable Lass. I could do the Lovable Lass on here. What's happening, big man? It's Big Rapfy Fife again. Robbie Dinky-Doo. I've decoked many a bike engine. What do you think Jimmy had done that meant when he started it up? Do you think he maybe hadn't lined the valves up properly? It just went bang, and that was his engine blown up. Scottie, thoughts on Tom and Tool? We love Tom and Tool. There we are, Cockbridge to Tom and Tool Road. And now some very important news. The Cockbridge to Tom and Tool Road is open. I watched an old clip of you on TV last night, slagging the women drivers in the 90s. What's your opinion nowadays? Barbara Dixon was on the show, if that helps you. That's right, Rico. Yes, big BBC television show at the time. Great. Please say hi and welcome home to my wee wife, Lorna. Lorna, Jay is absolutely beside himself to see you home. You've come home. Richard Tanner, good evening, Scottie. I hope you're well. You too, Richard, down in Maidstone in Kent. I tell you, up the glen. Morning, the Lord Duke of Dundee. Billy says hello. Onion, Badgie, down under. Your name's just helped me to know about my maiden name. Absolutely. Goodbye, Andy, says Angela. Yep, he's gone. Hello, sir, says Brian. Hello, Brian. I'll tell you something. The protests on the 30th of September as a firefighter are told holiday scan. Glenn, I'm so sorry you guys have to put up with all that nonsense. Partly you get a lot of cheek as well. There we are. I work for private investors in premium whiskies, all Scottish, Mr. Random. I believe there are some seriously valuable whiskies. Caldo. Shall we all say goodbye to Caldo? I think so. Unless we've got it wrong, because there could be others with a name, but we don't know. We'll not take a chance on it, I say. I think that's best. There we go. Right. I think that's him away. Now, who else have we got? Bagpipes, a musical instrument labelled as a weapon, no joke. Well, I think that might be a throwback to the First and Second World War, when they were very much, the army would have to describe them as something when they were shipping them. So they might have put them in, it might have been originally a joke, maybe an English guy, saying, I'll just put them in as weapons. But, they were very powerful because they had the enemy on the run. Now, what else have we got here? Greetings, I hope you're getting ready for a global currency reset and escaping the matrix. Well, Alan, it'll be interesting to see if it materialises. We have been waiting a long time. There we go. Hi, Dinky-Doo. Good boy, Scottie. You all right, Tyler? Eric says, I'm having corned beef and cabbage for dinner. You're following the footsteps of Harold Macmillan, the Prime Minister. Somebody told me he liked his corned beef and cabbage. There we go. Yes, Mr. Random, a very fine whisky. There we go. You can't beat a wee dram, Scotty boy. Born and bred in Dunfermline, but now in Lincolnshire. The Mad Scot. We love Lincolnshire. What a beautiful part of the world. Just don't get too near the cathedral when the main clock strikes midday on the hour. Mr. Random, don't be mentioning all the whiskies. What was the lovable lassie called again? We just called her the lovable lassie. I tell you, put the speakers on. You for First Minister, says Glenn. I've been invited to become a politician so much. It's not something that interests you. So there we go. Thank you, Scotty. You fair surprised us, says Jay. Are you a non-drinker these days, Scotty? I am, Jay. I haven't had alcohol for about 8 years. I didn't in any way have to stop, but it was a new year. It was a Christmas. And I was trying to calculate units. When would I be cleared to drive? How many units had I had? And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to chuck this. I'm just going to chuck it. I haven't time for this. So there we are. Scotty, we need more power. Women drivers are safer than men. Well, I used to say get them the pink cars. I would have loved to meet Benny Hill. Very funny. All these old comedians. Benny Hill, Frankie Howard, Dick Emery. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, hello, Honky Tonk. Fantastic. You still see it popping up. I tell you. Now, wait a minute. I mean, you need to grow up, son. Okay, absolutely. That's the good stuff. Oh, indeed. Good evening from Beaumore Isla, says the wonderful Ali McNeil. Kaurahau Ali Hakama Maha, Falchi, Ki de Mille Falchi, Don TikTok, Agus YouTube. There we are. Hi, Scotty, Jerry, #1 van driver, Scotland and the West. Did you get the card from Italy? Gerard, I did. So kind of you and the cat. I tell you, I did get it. Yes, a big cool glass of water can be just as satisfying as a beer. Jay, I'm so glad you've come on. We need to have a general sup. Does everybody have something to drink beside them? If you have, we'll have a general sup. A beautiful lady got me this. And she insists I've to have 2 fills of it a day. What's in these? Is it 2 litres? General sup. Wonderful. Sorry I've not been on. I've been busy. Jerry, listen, you are a busy, busy guy. You're a lovely man with a beautiful family, and, you know, you've got things to do. Do not worry about that. Listen, I've had friends I haven't spoken to for 20 years. And a lovely, lovely friend phoned me up about a month or 2 ago. Hadn't spoken to for 20 years. And now we chat almost every day. It's going back to the empire in India, says Glenn. Tell me more, Glenn. I need to find out more about that. DINKY-DOO, so there we are. Chat tonight, Scotty. Yes, an idea. The topic. Listen, Jerry, we've so many things we've discussed tonight. We're talking malt whiskies at the moment, but we've so many things. We haven't set a topic. And the problem, Jerry, I've got at the moment, as you'll see, we've rejigged YouTube, so there's only 2 channels. There's this one, which at the moment is just called Scottie McClue, because I looked at the Scottie McClue talk show channel, and I had 175 lovely people had subscribed in the last 3 weeks. But I thought, I've got 54,000 subscribers on the other channel. Why don't I just merge them? And that was it. and we took down the movie channel because it had done its bit. Scottie, do you believe in ghosts? Rico, I've not actually seen one, but I've experienced one. I did have a presence in a house I lived in. So there you are. I had a presence. And but I didn't actually see anything, but my goodness, I felt the presence, I can tell you. So there we have it. Tell us more about what you were saying about the Empire. Have you heard of Rutherglen? Everybody's heard of Rutherglen. It's a royal borough. Am I correct or just 100% right? My wee wife Lorna's from Kilsyth. Do you know it? Yes, Jay. So I remember going to Shotts Highland Games in the days when all the collieries in Scotland were working, pre-Thatcher, before Thatcher completely ruined Scotland. And I can remember one of the pipe bands was Kilsyth Colliery. So there you are. So I know Kilsyth. Do you know the Tackme-Doon Road? Ask Lorna if she knows the Tackme-Doon Road. There we are. Ask her if she knows Charters Hall, just outside Stirling. Watching the game tomorrow, Scottie? Well, Jerry, as you know, I'm not a big football man, to be honest with you. There we are, I tell you. So, yes, the ghosts. Howard says, I like a couple of beers in a pub, but I never drink at home, just good old tea and pints of water. You can't beat it. Howard, you're quite right. And I used to love going into pubs. I mean, a great fun. I didn't get to do much of it because most of my shows... See, Scottie McClue's 33 years old this year, guys. 33 years we've been doing it. Is it time to retire, do you think? Should I retire? There we are. For years, since we started, you've had the Doubting Thomases. Oh, give it up, Scottie. I remember a guy phoning Scott FM one night. He phoned and he said, you should get sacked. This is why. Angela, thank you for my beautiful gifts. I said, why should I get sacked? He said, because the way you speak to people. I said, okay. I said, so are you telling me you don't like the show? You don't like the radio show? He said, oh, it's a brilliant show. It's the best show I've ever heard, apart from you if they'd get a proper presenter. That was the kind of people you were dealing with. Have you been over the new Renfrew Bridge yet? Hillington to Clydebank, 8 minutes. Gerard, I haven't, but I am loving the idea of it. You know, I love the idea of it because it means you could be, instead of driving away into Glasgow or Erskine Bridge or all that stuff, you could be in no time. I used to go to Radio Clyde on a Saturday night. And then I realised, how daft was I? I thought, well, the show starts at 6. So if I leave at about maybe 4:30, and of course what happened? I had to go through Ibrox. And if there was an old firm derby on or something, I don't know, did they play at Ibrox, the old firm derby? When Stirling was dry, the guys used to set off in the morning and get a beer in the Carron Bridge Hotel, and their wives would make their pieces to eat on the way. Your Scranton, your Snapton, as they say in Yorkshire. The miners all had snap boxes. A bit of snap, aye. So there, that's right, Scottie, 8 minutes. Oh, it would be fantastic, Jerry. Fantastic, you know, make your way into Paisley, out the Renfrew Road. I take it the bridge is at the end of the Renfrew Road where the ferry was. There we are, the Renfrew Road. I can remember the old chain ferry. That's quite a feat. Oh, absolutely. Oh, what do we got here, guys? God created alcohol to prevent the Irish from ruling the world. The man, the myth, the legend's here. Thank you, Mr. Monster. Now then, much love from Stirling. Angela, I set up your radio station in Stirling, and I set it up 35 years ago. Where does the time go, Angela? Central FM, it's called. There we are. It takes you out near John Brown Shipyard. So, Gerard, I would only be, a minute or two from Radio Clyde at Clyde Bank, at the Clyde Bank Business Park. Is that right? That's fantastic. So I would be able to avoid going into Ibrox and all that stuff. Amazing. So that means you could be from Clyde Bank. You could be from Clyde Bank to Paisley in what, 8-10 minutes? That's just... So, Jerry, you don't have to get anywhere near the Clyde Tunnel. That was another route. That was why I was passing Ibrox, because I was going along to the Clyde Tunnel. And then at the other side, I would head off for... come on, you tell us, what's it signposted? Yoker, Clyde Bank, and White Inch. Is that right? Signposted White Inch. So there we are. Fantastic, Jerry. Brilliant. So there we go. Hello, Mrs. Owens. How lovely to have you with us on Dinky-Doo. Fantastic. Jerry, you must be some driver, I'll tell you. Great to see you looking so well. Thank you, Craig. Do you miss radio? Well, yes, but big FM radio stations are absolutely trumpeting their audience figures and saying we've got 500,000 of an audience a week. Now, I could get them that a night. I was almost at 250,000 per half hour. You see? So one show. And then they make all sorts of excuses. But it's... there we are. It's what you call risk-averse, but there's no risk with McCLUE. There never has been. Can I join your chat? You can, Glenn. I'm sorry, I'm going to look and see if we can get the phones. You're not supposed to see ghosts. So that's why I didn't see it. But I felt it. I tell you, I absolutely right hand up to God. Right hand up to God. I felt the presence in the room. It was very strange, very cold. So there we go. Angela, Dinky-Doo. Why isn't he responding, says Troll Monster. I've just responded, Troll Monster. The reason there's a delay in me responding is I'm absolutely overwhelmed with messages. When I put this off, I'll bet you, I don't know if I can tell you right now. I maybe can. Right, I maybe can tell you. How many have we got? Anyway, just messages all the time, guys. What you forget is, although you might not see a big figure up there, thousands watch this on a Saturday night. When I go to tot everything up and download and all that, thousands. There we are. You're the best, Scottie. As Ayrton Senna said, if you don't go for the gap, you'll never be a racing driver. You've just got to go for it, Jerry. And what I was going to say, somebody saying I'm missing radio, but really, we've got so much stuff here. 14 million have watched the YouTube channel, and I've put it up in a little 10-second video just to tell you. Scottie McCLUE, Rule Britannia. Absolutely. I was very, 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 very upset, along with Her late Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, when they took the Britannia away, thinking that it was a nice bit of socialism, and then deeply regretted it, not realising that was our floating Foreign Office. Lorna's wondering if you've heard of any. You're still number one, Scottie. We're still the king of UK talk radio. I tell you. Are you going to sing us some Michael Jackson, Scottie Dinky-Doo? No, but I might do you the moonwalk. There we are. Rule Britannia is a Scottish song written by a Scot. I am gay, do you support? Well, why on earth would I not? I'm not gay, and it's nobody's business what anyone is. You know, I mean, you shouldn't have to say, I mean, I don't pop up and go, just to let you know I'm hetero, you know what I mean? Do you support me? Will you support me? I'm a hetero. There you are. You know, so never ever give that a thought, you know, unless, you know, it's somebody that's stunningly gorgeous and you think, oh no, I have to tell them. There we go. What have you got here? The Antonine Wall. Oh, tell Lorna. I know the Antonine Wall. Do you know that it comes in just at New Kilpatrick Cemetery in Bear's Den? So there you have it. Your shows were fantastic. I called one time, says Glenn. You cut me off. And naughty boy, you must have said something, Glenn. Not necessarily said something wrong, just said something. There is tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Rule Britannia. Scotty, I used to listen to you back in the day when the Warrior used to call in. Do you know, Big Dog, I was just thinking about all the wonderful characters that were introduced to Scotland through the Scottie McClue megaphone-in. And I was thinking about the Warrior. I was thinking about the Viking. I've met the Viking. I was thinking about the Mexican from Castellamilco. The Mexican. We ever on Central FM, Scotty? Dave the Rave. I set Central FM up. We were just saying that 35 years ago, 1990. We launched. June 1990. Central FM. We started off as Centre Sound, and then it became Central FM. Great stuff. And it must have been pretty well set up because it's still on air and successful 35 years later. So there you go. God bless the United Kingdom, Scotty. God bless the Labour Party. Amazing Dragon. We'll see how that plays out. Please say happy birthday to my mate. I will do. The Renfrew Rose is in Cromarty. Yes. She was actually designed by a friend of mine, if I remember. Great knowledge. So there you go, Jay. I tell you. Scotty, you need to look out that scarf we got you. Jerry, I do not need to look out that scarf. This scarf is very precious to me. So there you go. So do you see what I'm saying to you, Jerry? I don't need to be looking it out. I have it here. It's one of my prized possessions. There we go. Oh, there it is. Yes. I love it. I love it. I don't just like it. I love it. Scotty, can I buy your bunnet? Rico, sadly, none of my bunnets are for sale. They would go for a fortune. I think they'd probably fetch more than Harry Lauder's walking sticks. I can remember having a look round a sale room, and Harry Lauder, the great Lauder, highest paid performer in the world at one point, he had his wee crooked walking sticks that he used for his stage act. And they were for sale in the sale room. So there you go. And it might have been the late Jimmy Logan of the Logan Estate, the sound. I can't remember, or maybe even after that. And I can remember saying to a friend of mine, I wouldn't mind one of these. And he went, one of these? They'll go for an absolute fortune. And they had little silver plates on them. You know, the property of Sir Harry Lauder. Beautiful little silver plates on these little crooked sticks. And they'd been on stage. Scotstoun and then White Inch. That's right. And if you went up the way, you'd be from Scotstoun, you'd be Jordan Hill. Is that right, Jerry? Are you doing the Hogmanay Bash this year, Scotty? Yes. And I might put my scarf on. I tell you, it's so popular. Hi, Scotty, Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo, Stephen. How lovely to have you with us. So, guys, when you say to me, why is he not responding? Lol says he's a Freemason. Wow, you'll be very, very much in demand. because I had a friend needed to repoint stonework in his council house, and the mason was far from free. Not his council house, his country house. Sorry, council house. Oh, don't you do radio anymore? We're going back on the radio maybe in a few weeks, Sean. But I won't mention the station tonight because the platform doesn't like it. And then you have to appeal. If I can't buy one, you're going to leave me one in your will. Well, you might see them in the sale room when I pop my clogs. And somebody will go, they'll go for an absolute fortune. Scottie McClue's bonnets. Yeah, can you imagine? Where's the other one? Woo! 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 Quick change. What do we all think? Do we like that one? My motoring hat. Yes, bring in the haggis, pipe in the haggis. I tell you. So there you go. Guys, I'm going to look into phones. If anybody's got any suggestions, who would do internet phones better? Keep it down. Keep the flaps, keep your flaps down. That's what we say. That's what I always say. Keep your flaps down. There we go. Don't say it when you're on the aircraft, though. I listened to you about 25 years ago on the radio doing the night shift, Tony. I'm telling you, we're almost up to 250,000 people a half hour. Jimmy Shand was a fantastic player, Scottie, on the music scene accordion. And the button key melodeon. I don't know if Jimmy played. There's a young guy who plays just like Jimmy Shand. He's fantastic. Angela Mills loves this hat. And he plays button key and he also plays piano key. So there you have it, guys. I tell you, the Brick was the amazing phone. Oh, there's David. David, thank you for your red roses. You're so kind. Guys, can everybody in the TikTok go up to my bio and subscribe to both YouTube channels? We could do with more subscribers on the health channel. We've got 35. This one's got 55,000, I think. Radio, and this is no difference really. A talk show's a talk show. Ian, what a wonderful man you are. You're quite right. And we've got the audiences. 14 million have looked at my YouTube channel. The TikTok, I was looking today, the TikTok's been 1 million this year. You know, so it's just amazing. My wee break at King's Barns, do you ken where it is? Yes, I used to go through to a caravan at Ainsterjay and would go up through King's Barns and into St Andrews. Would that be right? So there we go. Yes, you're absolutely right. Fantastic. Add camera. Glenn, I can add the camera. That's not a problem. But first time I've seen you here, to be honest. Angela, why ever would you even give that a thought? There's new stuff appearing on platforms all the time. I just happen to have been around for 33 years on the radio. But, you know, people go, oh, how the mighty have fallen. He's just on social media. Have a look at all your top people. They're all on the social media, the TikTok and the YouTube. Evening, Scottie. It's Darren from Doncaster. We love you here in Doncaster. I tell you, Glenn. No, I'm needing to add the phones, Glenn. I would so much like to chat to you about our country, Glenn. Absolutely. What do you think of the country? Oh, I think we're heading for the buffers at speed. Yes, close to Crail, very quaint, and there's London links. And there's Ely. I spent the Sunday morning walking on the beach at Ely, and I kept bumping in. Well, I didn't bump into them, but I met very well-known people who were obviously just keeping out the road at Ely. You know, and I met one of the top people off the news. I'm away, Scottie. I need to get some sleep for the game tomorrow. Chat later. I'll get Kat to send you a message and little Coco. There we are. All right. Yes, brilliant, Jerry. Do that. That would be fantastic. Is it Coco that's been sending the messages? Have you been teaching her to paw? And she's texting. I tell you. So there you are. Oh, yes, Glenn. I mean, we could have some huge serious discussions. I used to do this all the time, but the platforms don't like it. They don't want the big independent voices out there. So there you go. So that's the problem I've got at the minute. I need to get a big radio station, and then we'll double up on the social media platforms. So there we go. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, do you read the Who's Who's? Jay, I've got them all there. I haven't for a while. And I do have a file at Who's Who waiting to go in, but we've not gone in, and I don't know what's happening nowadays. I certainly am in another one. I know that. But the reason I've got the Who's Who's, I'll let you into a secret. I buy them cheap as chips in the second-hand bookshop because nobody wants them. And it helps me to cross-reference people. Like, let's just have a look and see if this is the same guy. I tell you, and it's very, very interesting. With 52 viewers, well, Gerard, you see, it's not. This is where people like you just don't know how social media works. Thousands and thousands have been watching even this show tonight. This will go to several thousand, I tell you. And then we'll download the highlights for you. And they'll go to maybe a couple of hundred each, bringing me another couple of thousand as well. So it's just huge. I've put up the little video for people like you, Gerard, and it's 14 million have looked at the YouTube channel. 14 million. You'll see it. You'll see the video. It's on TikTok. So you can go and look at it. The figure's right down at the bottom. Now, who have we got here? Oh. There we are. Wonderful. I tell you. So you'll work out how it works, Gerard, and then you can come back and think, sorry, Scottie, I hadn't a clue how that. I just looked at the wee figure at the top and thought, he's only got 52 years. So there you have it. But there's certainly a good few thousand I've just looked, have been watching tonight. Who's are interesting. Well, they can be, Jay. And as I say, I pick them up for coppers. Out of interest, what was your first car? Out of interest, my first car was an Austin A40 Somerset, 1952. And I paid £20 for it. And I saw one of these little A30 or A35 Austin of England from the 50s the other day, and somebody says, we think it'll be going for about 12k, something like that. And I thought, you could pick them up for a tenner. My grandfather bought a brand new Morris 8 in 1932 with a kit of tools, direct from Morris, for £100. He's kept it for 20 years and he sold it in 1952 for 150, right? And he'd had it for 20 years. Now, that was huge money because cars were very sought after the war. A friend of mine was running a Morris 8. And in those days it was different. He popped into the house to say something to my father. My father said, "You want a cup of tea?" And he said, "No, I've left my engine running." And it was a Morris 8, and he'd bought it for the price of the tyres. Love you guys. We've got to go. Dinky-Doo.